minus 3y is equal to for x values, y values and the coordinate x comma y. Now once we have x is equals to minus of 6, given that the linear equation in two variable 3x minus 2x minus 3y that is equals to a 3. So let us try to put now x to be equals to minus of 6, so that we are getting 2 into minus of 6 minus of 3y as it is, that is equals to a 3. So that should implies now 6 2s are 12 plus minus we have minus of 12, then minus of 3y as it is, that is equals to a 3. Now to evaluate the value of y, what shall we have to do? So coefficient of variable y is negative, so try to shift now minus of 3y from LHS to RHS and 3 from RHS to LHS to avoid the confusion between negative signs. So that we are getting minus of 12 minus of 3, that is equals to a 3y, minus 12 minus 3 becomes minus of 15, that is equals to a 3y. Now to evaluate the value of variable y, we can't require the 3, shift that 3 from LHS to RHS. Now 3 is the multiplier, so after all shifting it will becomes a divisor to minus of 15. So minus of 15 divided by 3, that is equals to a y. Now plus minus becomes we have a minus, 3 5s are 15, so that value of variable y we have minus of 5. So try to put now y value minus of 5 in case of the table, so that we have the coordinate x comma y now are of the form minus of 6 comma minus of 5. So that let's look at the next values. We have given that y value is 1, and for that we have to evaluate the x value. So what shall we have to do? The same thing again. Let us try to assume the value of y here we have given, that is 1. So that we are getting, once we replace y by its value by 1, we have 2x minus of 3 into 1, that is equals to, now we are having a 3. 3 1s are 3, so 2x minus 3 equals to 3. To evaluate the value of variable x now, what shall we have to do? Shift that minus of 3 from left to right direction, so that here we are getting 2x to be equals to 3x plus 3, 2x to be equals to 3 plus 3 is 6. To evaluate the value of variable x, try to shift now 2 from LHS to RHS. 2 is a multiplier, after all shifting it will becomes a divisor to whom? To 6. So 6 divided by 2, we are getting a 3. So the value of x is 3. Try to put it on the table. We have x is equals to 3 and y equals to 1. So the coordinates we have 3 comma 1. Now look at the second activity we have given. Solve the following to find following determinant. Within it we have determinant. The entries or the elements under determinant we have 3 minus 2, 4 and 5. So how to solve the determinant? First, principal diagonal elements are multiplication, that means 3 into we have a 5, and next other diagonal elements are multiplication, we have a minus of 2 into 4. Now 3 5s are we well known, that is 15, minus minus is plus, 4 2s are we are getting 8. Now 15 plus 8 we have a 23. Now look at the activity number 3. Complete the activity to find the value of x. We have given equation 1 3x plus 2y that is equals to 11, and equation 2 2x plus 3y that is equals to a 4. So solution, multiply equation 1 by dash dash and equation 2 by dash. That means look at here, we have to eliminate here variable y, because once the coefficients of variable y and y must be identical, and once we are doing the subtraction among them, then the variable y is eliminated over here. So to make the coefficient of variable y identical or same, look at firstly the coefficient of variable y from equation 1 we have a 2, coefficient of variable y from equation 2 we have a 3. So to make the identical coefficient, let us try to evaluate the LCM of 2 and 3. Both are the prime, so multiplication of themselves is the LCM, that is 6. That means we have to now make the coefficient of variable y from both equation as a 6. 2 3s are become 6, so that we have to multiply equation 1 by 3, while 3 2s become 6, so that we have to multiply equation 2 by 2. So that we are getting, after all multiplying equation 1 by 3 and equation 2 by 2, 3 3s becomes 9, x as it is x, 2 3s becomes 6, y as it is y, that is equals to 11 3s 33. Now once we multiply equation 2 by 2, we are getting 2 2s 4, x as it is x, plus 3 2s 6, y as it is y, and 4 2s we have a 8. Now once we subtract equation 2 from equation 1, we are getting, I am writing both equations one after the equation, we have to subtract 2 from 1, so the equation 1 I am writing first, like 9x plus 6y, that is equals to, we have given 33, and second equation after that we are having 4x plus 6y, that is equals to 8. Now once we are doing the subtraction over here, due to the middle sign is of minus sign, further all changes from plus to minus, minus to plus, that means plus minus we have now the minus 4, plus minus we have now the minus 6, and plus minus we have minus of 8. Now 9x minus of 4x, we are getting 5x, 6y minus of 6y gives us a 0 or getting cancelled, 33 minus 8 we have a 25. That means we are getting now the linear equation in one variable, that is 5 times x is equal to, we have a 25. Now to evaluate the value of variable x, we can't require 5, so shift 5 from left hand side to right hand side. 5 is the multiplier, after all shifting it will become a divisor. So that value of x we have 25 divided by 5. 25 divided by 5, we are getting a 5. So the value of variable x we have a 5. Look at the fourth activity we have given. If 2, 0 is the solution of 2x plus 3y, that is equals to k, then find the value of k by completing the activity. So that we have given solution is of the form 2, 0 is the solution of the equation 2x plus 3y, that is equals to k. That means 2, 0, that those values of x and y should satisfy the given equation. What is mean by satisfies? Once we are replacing x by 2 and y by 0 from the given equation, that will gives us 2 times x we are having, x value is 2, plus 3 times y value we have a 0, that is equals to a k. Now we well known 2 2s are 4, plus 3 into 0 is 0, 4 plus 0 we have a 4, so that value of k we are getting here a 4. Now look at the next and last activity we have given to find the value of x and y for equations x minus 2y equals to 5 and 2x plus 3y equals to 10. Complete the activity. That means here we have given the Cramer's rule. So what is the value of d? D becomes the coefficients of variable x and y from both equations, like 1 and minus of 2, 2 and 3 be the elements under D. So first diagonal elements are multiplication, we have 3 1s are 3, minus of second diagonal elements are multiplication, we have 2 2s are 4, but minus of 4. So that we have minus minus plus, 3 plus 4 we have a here 7. Now what is the value of dx? We have given 5 minus 2, 10 and 3 are the elements. So first diagonal elements are multiplication, we have 5 3s are 15, minus of second diagonal elements are multiplication, 10 2s are we have a 20, but plus minus becomes minus of 20. So minus minus is plus, so 15 plus 20 we are getting 35. Look at the next one. Dy value we have given 1 5. First diagonal elements are multiplication, we have 10 1s are 10, minus of second diagonal elements are multiplication, we have 2 5s are 10. And now 10 minus 10 we have is 0, so that the value of determinant dy we have a 0. Now to evaluate the values of x and y, as per the Cramer's rule we have the formula dx divided by dy. So the value of dx we have a 35 and value of d we have a 7. 7 5s are 35, so the value of x we are getting here a 5. Now to evaluate the value of variable y, as per the Cramer's rule we have the formula dy divided by d. What is the value of dy? We are getting here 0 divided by value of d we have a 7, and 0 divided by 7 we are getting a 0. So the value of variable y we have a 0. Now look at the question number 2b. Each of 2 marks questions we are having. First question, the difference between an angle and its complement is 10 degree. Find the measures of larger angle. So that read the question carefully once. We have given there are the two angles that are complementary and whose difference we have given the 10 degree, and we have to find the measures of larger angle. So let us assume that two complementary angles are, we are having x degree and y degree. Once they are complementary angle, what is mean by complementary angle exactly? Once the sum of any two angle that is equals to the 90 degree, that are said to be the complementary angle. So that we are having x plus y that is equals to, we have 90 degree. That means the 90. Let's call it as now the equation number 1. Now difference between them, that means x minus of y, we have given the 10 degree. That means a 10. Let us call it as now the equation number 2. Now to evaluate the values of x and y, what shall we have to do here? Let us add up the both equation. So that I am writing equation 1 plus equation 2. Why we have to add up the both equation? Because look at the coefficient of variable y in case of both equation, one having the plus 1, other having the minus 1. 1 minus 1 we are getting 0, that means here value of variable y can be eliminated once we add up both equations. So that we have x plus x becomes now the 2x, y minus y becomes 0 or getting cancelled, 9 plus 10 we have 100. Now to evaluate the value of variable x, we have to shift 2 from LHS to RHS. So 2 is the multiplier, after all shifting it will becomes divisor. So 100 divided by 2 we have a 50. So the value of variable x we are getting a 50. Now to evaluate the value of variable y, let us try to put now x is equals to 50 in equation 1. So that value of variable y we have 90 minus of 50, that will become say 40. So that we have to find the measures of larger angle. Larger angle is x here. So that value of larger angle is equals to, we have a 50 degree. Therefore measures of, we are writing larger angle is equals to, we have a x, that means a 50 degree. Look at the second question for 2 mark. We have find the value of the determinant we have given of order 2 by 2. It has 2 rows and 2 columns. Entries under determinant we have 5 and 2, 0 and minus 1. So to evaluate the value of the determinant, what shall we have to do? First diagonal elements are multiplication. That means we are having here 5 into minus of 1, then minus of second diagonal elements are multiplication. That means we are having 0 into 2. So 5 ones are 5, plus minus we have minus 5, and minus 0 into anything is 0. That means 0 into 2 we are getting 0. Now minus 5 minus 0 we have a minus 5. So the value of the determinant 5 to 0 minus 1, that is equals to, we have a minus of 5. Now look at the third question. For the equation y plus 2x is equals to 19 and 2x minus 3y equals to minus 3, find the value of d. So let us try to write down one after other linear equations in two variable simultaneously in the general form. So that what is mean by the general form? That means ax plus by, that is equals to c, is of the form. So we have given y plus 2x, addition is always commutative. We can write y plus 2x as a 2x plus y, that is equals to 19, called it as equation number 1. And the other equation we are having 2x minus of 3y, that is equals to minus of 3, called it as equation number 2. Now as per by Cramer's rule, once we have to evaluate here value of determinant d. Determinant d is nothing but the coefficient elements are determinant from equation 1 and 2. Whose coefficient? Variable x and variable y is a coefficient. So in case of equation 1 we have coefficient of variable x is 2 and coefficient of variable y is not given, means we have a 1. While from equation 2 we have a coefficient of variable x is 2 and coefficient of variable y with sign convention, keep in mind, that is minus of 3. Now how to simplify the determinant? Principal diagonal elements are multiplication, that means 2 into minus of 3, and then minus of other diagonal elements are multiplication, we have 2 into 1. So 3 2s are 6, plus minus we have a minus 6, minus of 2 1s are we have a 2. Now minus 6 minus 2, we have a minus 8. So the value of D, we have a minus of 8. Question number 4, in the equation 2x minus y equals to 2, if x is equals to 3, then find y. So that here we have given the linear equation in two variable, that is 2x minus y equals to 2. So once we replace here x by 3 from the given equation, hence we are getting the value of variable y is of the form. So try to replace now x by 3, we are getting 2 into 3 minus of y, that is equals to 2. Now 2 3s are we have a 6, minus of y is equals to 2. Now to evaluate the value of variable y, we are shifting y from LHS to RHS and 2 from RHS to LHS. That means our target is to collect variable towards one direction and the constants towards other direction. So that to avoid the confusion between the minus sign, we are shifting directly the minus y from LHS to RHS and collecting ultimately constants towards LHS. So that 6 plus 2 becomes now minus of 2, that is equals to, we have minus y becomes now the plus y. 6 minus 2 becomes 4. So that is, we are writing the value of variable y, we have a 4. For the given equation, once x is equals to, we have a 3. Now look at the fifth question. We have minus of 5 is the solution of the equation 2x minus of ky, that is equals to 14. Then find the value of k. Now look ahead. Once here 2 comma minus 5 is the solution of the given equation, that means x is equal to 2 and y equals to minus 5 should satisfy the given equation. That means we can replace now x by 2 and y by minus 5 from the given linear equation in two variable. We are having it is of the form 2x minus of ky, that is equals to 14. So try to put for now x is equals to 2 and y to be equals to minus 5. So that we are getting 2 into 2 minus of k into minus of 5, that is equals to a 14. Now we well known 2 2s are 4, minus minus we have a plus, k into 5 we can write 5 times k, that is equals to a 14. Now to evaluate the value of k, try to shift now 4 from LHS to RHS. Plus 4 becomes now the minus 4 and 14 minus 4 we are getting a 10. So 5k equals to 10. We have to evaluate here value of k. So try to shift now the 5. So the value of k becomes 5 is the multiplier. After all shifting it will becomes a divisor. 5 2s are we have a 10. So the value of k we are having a 2. Now on the same basis we have the question number 6. Here a and b are the variable instead of x and y. B value is given, we have a 4 and we have to evaluate for a. Look at the question. For the equation a plus 2b equals to 7, find a when b equals to a 4. So we have given the linear equation in two variable a plus 2b, that is equals to 7 and the value of b is 4. So try to replace now b by 4. So that we are getting a plus 2 times b value we have a 4, that is equals to a 7. Now we well known 4 2s becomes 8, that is equals to 7. To evaluate the value of variable a now, we have to shift 8 from LHS to RHS. Once we are shifting any value from LHS to RHS, plus will becomes minus, minus will becomes plus, multiplier becomes the divisor, divisor becomes the multiplier. Here we have plus 8. Now after all shifting it will becomes minus of 8. And 7 minus 8 will becomes minus of 1. So the value of variable a we have a minus of 1. Look at the question number 7. Decide whether x is equals to 2 and y equals to minus 1 is the solution of the equation 2x plus y equals to 3 or not. Now to decide whether x is equals to 2 and y equals to minus 1 is the solution of given linear equation in two variable or not, let us try to consider first of all LHS of the given equation. We have 2x plus y. Now from LHS let us try to replace x by 2 and y by minus of 1, so that we are getting now the LHS is of the form we have 2 into 2 plus minus of 1. 2 2s are 4, plus minus becomes minus. So 4 minus 1 we are getting a 3. So once we simplify the LHS by replacing x by 2 and y by minus 1, we are getting a 3 that is exactly equals to the RHS of given equation. So that we are writing once the LHS equals to RHS, so that should implies x is equals to 2 and y equals to minus 1 satisfies the given equation. That means x is equals to 2 and y equals to minus 1 is the solution of given equation. We have 2x plus y that is equals to a3. Now look at the question number 8. We have using the variable a and b, write any two equations whose solution is 0, 2. That means we may have now, there are the two values, a value we are considering as a 0 and b value considering as a 2. So now we have to form the equation that should having the solution 0, 2. That means the value of a is 0 and b is 2. So once we add up both values, that means 0 plus 2, we are getting a 2. So the value of a is 0 and b is 2. Then a plus b equals to 2. So that means once we add up 0 and 2, we are getting exactly the 2. That means 0, 2 should satisfy the given equation. So one of the kind of equation we have a plus 2b that is equals to a2. Now once we may have the numerical expression is of the form 3 times a0 plus 2 times a2 that is equals to 3 into 0 is 0 plus 2 2s are we have a 4, so 0 plus 4 is 4. Now let's try to replace 0 by its value as a and 2 by its value as a b, so that we are getting the equation of the kind 3a plus 2b that is equals to a 4. So other linear equation in two variable, we have a 3a plus 2b that is equals to 4, whose solution we have 0, 2. That means the value of a is 0 and b is 2. So likewise by using the values 0 and 2, you may form any one numerical expression, or we might be says the numerical equation, and try to replace from that equation a by 0 by a and 2 by b. Hence you are getting the required linear equation in two variables we have a and b, such that whose solution we have 0, 2. Now look at the question number 9. It is of the form if 52x plus 65y that is equals to 183 and 65x plus 52y that is equals to 168. Find the value of x and y. So that I am writing the given simultaneous linear equation in two variable one after the 52x plus we have a 62y that is equals to 183, called it as equation number 1, and now we are having other equation 65x plus 52y that is equals to 168, called it as equation number 2. Now look at once the coefficients of variable x and y from both equation that are exactly interchanged. 52 is the coefficient of variable x in case of equation 1, while 52 is the coefficient of variable y in case of equation 2. Same thing, 65 is the coefficient of variable y in case of equation 1, while 65 be the coefficient of variable x in case of equation 2. Now to simplify such a kind of equation, what shall we have to do? That means we are finding ultimately the solution, let it be a values of x and y. We have to add up firstly the given equation. We are getting the other equation, let us call it as equation number 3, and try to subtract the given equation, so that we are getting the other kind of equation, let us call it as equation number 4, and try to simplify that equation 3 and 4 simultaneously. That means we are converting the given coefficients of largest form in terms of the least form. We have given 52, 65, 183 be the largest number. So once we add up, we are getting the coefficients of variable x and y and the constant in terms of the least form. That's our target, to evaluate the values of variable x and y. So now here we have to evaluate the value of x plus y. So what shall we have to do? Try to add up both equation 1 and equation 2, so that we are getting 52 plus 65 is 117x as it is. 65 plus 52, again we are getting 117 y as it is. Now 183 plus 168, we are getting 351. Now look at the coefficient of variable x, coefficient of variable y and the constant. All are divisible by 117. So let us try to divide now throughout equation by 117. So that we are getting 117x divided by 117, 117 getting cancelled, we have just a x, plus same thing 117y divided by 117, 117 getting cancelled, simply we are getting a y, that is equals to 351 divided by 117, we are getting a 3. So the value of x plus y is equal to, we have a 3. Now look at the next and last question from question 2b. We have state with a reason whether the point 3, minus 2 will lie on the graph of the equation 5m minus of 3n is equal to minus of 21. Now once 3, minus of 2 should satisfies, we are writing satisfies the equation, we are having the equation is of the form 5m minus of 3n, that is equals to minus 21. Then we can say that 3, minus 2 lies on the graph of the equation, graph of the equation, we have equation of the kind 5m minus of 3n, that is equals to minus of 21. That means we have to check whether 3, minus of 2 lies on the graph of the equation 5m minus of 3n is equals to minus 21. Once the point 3, minus 2 should satisfy the given equation, then we can say that the 3, minus 2 lie on the graph of 5m minus 3n is equals to minus of 21. So now how could we verify that 3, minus 2 should satisfy the equation 5m minus 3n, that is equals to minus 21? Instead of satisfies, you may use the word solution of the given equation. Keep in mind. So let us try to consider for that the LHS of the equation, that is 5m minus of 3n, and try to put for now. We have the point 3, minus of 2 means the m value is 3 and n value is minus 2. So try to replace now m by 3 and n by minus of 2. So that we are getting now the LHS is of the form 5 into 3 minus of 3 into, we have a minus of 2. So that 5 3s are, we have a 15 and minus minus becomes plus at start and we have a 6. 15 plus 6 we have a 21. So that once we replace m by 3 and n by minus of 2 from the equation, LHS of the equation 5m minus of 3n, that is equals to minus of 21, we are getting a 21 that should be not equals to the minus of 21. So that once the here LHS is not equals to the RHS, we can say that 3, minus 2 does not satisfies given equation. And once it does not satisfies the given equation, then we can say that now the given point, that is 3, minus of 2 does not lie on the graph of 5m minus of 3, that is equals to minus 21. So that we are writing our answer. Therefore 3, minus of 2 does not lies on the graph of equation. Which kind of equation we have? 5m minus of 3n, that is equals to minus of 21. Once after all replacing m by 3 and n by minus of 2 from the LHS of the given equation, we are getting here the minus of 21. That means LHS equals to RHS at that time. So that we can say 3, minus 2 satisfies the given equation, and hence 3, minus 2 lies on the graph of the given equation. Hence here we have all 10 questions. During the next lecture, we are going to discuss about the question 3a, 3 marks activity, and the question 3b, the 3 marks question like solving. Thank you.